Hello, friends. On this episode of Storytime, I'm going to tell you about my first gig. So my first gig was kind of an odd one. It was only a few years after I started learning guitar. My high school grad was looking for performers of kind of any sort, but mostly music, to play originals or covers, anything like that. So I decided to go home that night and I wrote an original song. The audition was I remember it being the very next day. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know, but it felt like the next day. I maybe had a couple days between writing a song for my grad specifically and performing it in the audition. And the person running the audition was the guitar teacher at the time, and I didn't take any music courses. I didn't take guitar, but he seemed to be pretty impressed with what I was doing. So he basically told me I got it, and he told me the expectation was that it would be as good or better by the time grad rolled around. And I took that as, probably the best advice I could have gotten. And I polished it and I practiced it. And then my high school grad rolled around and I performed it in front of a lot of people. That might actually still be my largest show I've ever played, which coincidentally was my first gig. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Storytime. If you have stories about your first gig or your first equivalent, like art show or something like that, put in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. I think it's really interesting hearing about people's first experiences performing or showing off something. Anyways, thanks for joining me.